Stevens, go to the laundry.
You take care of yourself today.
What are you talking about?
She's talking about you hanging around by yourself while the freak's out and about looking for trouble.
You'd find yourself better off working safety in numbers, you know.
Hewitt, good love. Hunt, to the workshop.
Miss Morris, I wouldn't mind working.
Sorry, Mitchell, everyone wants to work today.
Oh, forget it then. Don't do me no favours.
That'll do, Mitchell. Right, everyone move out.
I had nothing to do with the hanging. I didn't even know it was going on.
I know. Why would a blackmailer murder a victim? That's bad economics, and you're such a smart girl. Funny. It's usually the blackmailer that gets murdered. Occupational hazard.
Who's going to pay?
I'll make the lot of you pay.
What do you mean?
I got the tape back. And I destroyed it.
Mrs. Reynolds, please take a seat.
Thank you, Mr. Harnsworth.
Have you seen the police reports on the latest escapes?
Not yet.
They make disturbing reading. I take it you are fully informed on the events of last night?
Yes, as informed as anyone can be. The escapes are inexplicable.
Inexplicable? Mrs. Reynolds, in 2 hours I have to give a press conference. When I'm asked to explain these escapes, do you suggest I simply tell the media they are inexplicable?
No, of course not.
Then we're agreed. They'll want answers, and it's up to you to give them to me.
So there are no answers. My officers are aware of the problem. Security's been tightened. Doesn't the police report come up with any clues?
It's our problem, not theirs. Now I have the police department, the media, and the Shadow Minister on my back.
I realize the pressure you must be under.
The sort of pressure, Mrs. Reynolds, that terminates careers, and I'm not ready to retire.
Are you suggesting I resign?
I'm saying that if there's one more escape, one more lapse of security, someone will have to go.
I understand.
And as we're both anxious to avoid such an outcome, I've had drawn up a list of security measures to be implemented immediately.
But security at Wentworth's
Immediately, Mrs. Reynolds.
Yeah, well, the only thing to do under these circumstances is to keep them locked up until the escape route's found.
But that could take weeks.
All the better.
I think you're wrong.
And I think you're still wet behind the ears if you think there's another solution.
You can't confine people like that. It's madness. They should be free. It's our job to help them through this to freedom.
Freedom? Could you imagine what would happen if this lot were let loose? I mean, look what they've done to me. And Parker's already killed an officer at Barnhurst.
Yeah, well, have you ever stopped to ask yourself why they didn't try to kill Meg Morris or Joyce Barry or me? Why you? It's because you hate their guts. You treat them like dirt. So why does it surprise you that they hate you in return?
Well, there's certainly another side to you.
Yeah, well, that's because there's more to this job than rattling keys and crushing the life out of these women.
Oh, come on, I know them and I know why they're in here. It's because they can't cope with the outside.
Yeah, because the outside doesn't want to know about them.
And why should it? You want to give them half a chance? All right, go ahead, give it to them. And you know what'll happen? They'll lie and cheat and swindle and murder. And they'll go to their graves still swearing that they were hard done by. And you know why? Because there'll always be mugs like you to believe them.
I don't think there's any point in discussing this to you.
What are you up to, Mitchell?
Me?
I want some information.
I don't know nothing.
You know who put together that lynch mob?
I didn't have anything to do with it.
Mitchell, the last time you caused me trouble, you ended up in a hospital bed. Remember? Don't make me do it again. Now, who was it? Who, Mitchell?
Phyllis. It was Phyllis. She got everyone really hyped up about it.
Hunt.
Yeah. She wanted you dead. Real bad.
You better be telling the truth.
I am honest. But don't tell her I told you.
Oh, of course not. You're going to tell her.
What?
Yeah. After lunch, you get her alone and make sure she knows that you've told me everything.
But I can't. She'll
Mitchell,
bash-
shut up and do as I say. And remember, I'm not through with you yet either.
What do you mean?
You owe me, Mitchell. And I always collect. But don't worry. I'm going to let you work it off. You must get bored sitting around here all day. So you're going to work for me. And your first job is to go to Hunt and make sure she knows that you've lagged. Make sure she's scared. She's got reason to be.
But I'm scared.
Just do it, Mitchell. Now.
Yes?
Good morning.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Reynolds. Not a professional visit, I hope.
In a way. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
It occurred to me last night that the majority of women in here have probably never been examined for breast cancer.
I'd say you're right.
And I doubt whether they'd examine themselves.
Probably not. Do you want me to remedy that?
Well, I thought it might be a good idea if you did a routine examination during the next couple of weeks. What do you think?
Sounds like a good idea.
I suppose some of them have never given a second thought to the possibility of getting anything like that. There might be quite a lot of ignorance about it.
I'd say you're right. I'll try and remedy that during the tests.
I'm not very well informed myself. I have regular checks, of course, but what are these statistics?
Statistics?
Well, I mean, how many lumps in the breast would prove to be malignant, that sort of thing.
Well, 1 in, or say between 15 and 20 women detect a lump at some stage or another, and of those, 1 in 10 would be cancerous. That's the non-malignant lumps.
That seems quite high.
It is, and it gets higher.
What do you mean?
Well, as the woman's age increases, so does the likelihood that any lump will be malignant.
I see.
Hey, dog. I'm busting.
Well, excuse me for a moment. Duty calls.
Of course.
Save your breath. What do you want? Nothing.
We came to the right place.
Well, come on, out with it. The freak's onto you. She knows that you're the one that tried to string her up.
How? How does she know?
I had to tell her she was going to bash me
Oh,
again.
you
I had to.
stupid bitch, you coward! I got parole coming up. She'll get me. I'm going to kill you.
You screwed yourself, Hunt. A savage and unprovoked.